If you want that woman that left you to come back crawling to you, to come back begging you, to come back asking for you to take her back, then you must do this. Now, first of all, the reason why women leave most of you guys, most of the times, is because you grew weak, you became weak, you became too available. And for it, the girl lost attraction for you and left you to be with another guy. Now, if you want this girl to come back to you, there are simple things you have to do. The first one is you must go silent. Nothing gives women more joy than leaving a man and that man becomes emotionally distressed. That man becomes obsessed with getting them back. Now, when you begin to do this, a girl left you and you're not the one chasing after her, calling everybody to help you call her and beg her to come back to you. You've given that girl what she really wants. Because women want, when they leave a guy, the guy will now be in pains, in penury, in anguish, looking for a way to get things back together with them. Now, when you do this, you've given these girls the satisfaction that most of them want, because they want, whenever they leave you, for you to be in pains so that you can come begging them. Nothing gives women that level of joy than seeing a guy begging them, worshiping them, asking them to please come back. It gives them power over you. So this is what women usually want when they leave a guy, because they now know that they can manipulate you and also be with that new guy they are dating, which means they'll be getting whatever they want from you and also be dating this new guy. Now, when a woman leaves you, go silent. Don't call her, don't text her, don't try to make any contact with her, don't panic, don't even stress yourself. When this happens, you've obviously shown to this girl that you don't really care if she stays or leaves. And nothing makes women more hungry to get back with a guy than when they now discover that this guy that they left doesn't even care if they left or not. She will want to come back to your life. Because why are you not reacting? Why are you not panicking? Why are you not crying? Why are you not calling everyone to call her? And the funny part is, most of these girls are now used to this. When they try to leave a guy, the guy would not be begging. Girls are used to this. But when they now see you reacting in the opposite, most times they are surprised. They are taken aback. They'll be like, what is wrong with this guy? Why is he not panicking? Why is he not trying to make things work between me and him? They'll now be the ones coming back to you. This is why you must go silent. This is why sometimes when you ignore that your ex, after a while, before you know it, she's not the one reaching back to you. She's trying to check up on you, trying to ask how you are. She's not doing that because she missed you. No, she's doing it because you gave her what she did not expect, and that was silence. Now she's not trying to get things back together with you, because she'll be like, for this guy not to chase me, for this guy not to be run after me, that means he's a real man. He's a masculine man. And women find that very attractive about a man, when a man is not too desperate and hungry to have them in his life, to have women or even anybody in his life. It makes you very attractive to women. The next thing you have to do is level up. When a woman leaves you, first of all, you have to go silent, and then you must begin to level up. Begin to work on yourself. You know, the truth is, heartbreaks should be a motivation to you young men. Heartbreak should be a motivation, not something that should depress you. The reason why that girl left you was because also, apart from being weak and being too available, you were not her dream man. So you must work hard to become every woman's dream man. And the only way you can achieve that is by leveling up. Work on your finances, go to the gym, try to improve your life, and subtly post all this, your progress, on social media. Because women always check the social media of their exes. As long as a woman left you, as long as a woman was with you before, once in a while, when you pop into her head, she will go to your social media and check you out. And if she's now seen that this guy has leveled up, she will want to establish contact with you. This is when a girl will randomly text you on Instagram. Oh, how are you, Victor? Hope you are doing good. It's been longest time. That's because she has been seeing your stories. She has been checking out your social media. And she now sees that things are working out better for you, and she's now trying to sneak back into your life. Women are like thieves. They will leave you, then in the night, they'll try to sneak back into your life when they think that things are now much better for you. So this is when you now have to be smart on how you deal with them at this point. The third one is you must start dating other women. When you go silent on her, when you level up, or when you begin to level up, you must begin to date other women. One of the things that gives you power as a man, especially as a man in this modern dating era where women are misbehaving, is you must have options. Date as many women as possible. Not probably not on a serious level, but you can have all these girls around you. It makes life easier because you now know that you can replace any of them because you have options. Now, one of the mistakes that most of you guys do is when a girl likes you, simply because she's not your spec, you lock the door, you lock her out, you show no interest in her. No. If a girl likes you, it's not much you must like her back, but keep her close. There are so many benefits in keeping girls that like you close. Because sometimes you can also use them as a means to keep yourself busy. Because most of you, the reason why you are with the girl that doesn't really treat you well is because you're afraid of being alone. You're afraid of being lonely. You're afraid of being single. Now, assuming you have many female friends or many females that like you, not necessarily that you like them, you can easily break up with that girl that is not treating you well because you have fallback options that can treat you well, that treat you well. Even if you don't date them, but two of you can be friends, two of you can do things together. It's not much you must be friends with them. But keep options. Keep as many options as possible. It makes you to be in a position of power. Because if this girl leaves you, you can automatically replace her in a snap of a finger. Unlike when you have no other girl in your life, aside from that woman, she will have the complete power over you because you have no option. So you must date many other women. When a woman leaves you, go silent, begin to level up, and begin to date other women. You won't even remember her. You won't even think about her. The reason why some of you are still hung up on your ex is because you've not begun to date other women. You've not been able to replace her, which is why every now and then you are still remembering her, you're still thinking about her because you've not moved on, because you have no replacement for her. You must be able to have as many options as possible. That's the only way to stay on top of the game in this 2020, in this 21st century dating era. You must have options. Women understand this, which is why they keep options. Men, you guys have to understand this too. Keep your options open, and trust me, you won't even think about these girls when they leave you. Now, the fourth thing you have to do to make these girls to crawl back to you is when they reach back to you, react like you don't even remember them again. For example, out of the blues, this your ex DMs you. Oh, Chukwuka, how are you? Longest time. Now, what I'll personally do is I'll take days before I even reply to her text. And when I'm replying to her, when I'm chatting with her, I'll be so indifferent. I'll be doing as if I don't even know who she is. When a woman reaches back to you, your ex, and you start acting excited, she'll be like, see this guy. This guy has not even forgotten me. He's still that weak guy that I used to know. That will make her to lose that attraction she had for you that instant. She will lose it because you are still the same guy she left, the same hungry dog who likes her a lot, who cannot control himself around her. But when a woman comes back into your life and she's texting you, she's trying to establish contact with you, and you're acting as if you don't really need her again, she will be forced to chase you harder. Women love male validation so much that when they text you and you don't text them back, they'll be like, why is this guy not texting me? They will fight harder to make you to text them back. Because if you don't text them, it will be as if their world has collapsed. It will be as if they are no longer beautiful. The worst thing you can show to a woman is showing her that you don't want her. Women, it drives them crazy when a man tells them or shows them that they don't want her. It can drive any woman crazy because women are now used to cheap attention. They get attention everywhere. But when they meet that guy who doesn't give them attention, they will fight harder to get him. That's the truth. That's how women operate. So when you do all these things, you discover that these girls will be obsessed with getting you back in their life. Now, The fifth one is when she comes back into your life, or when you just give her some level of entrance back into your life, you must set boundaries. You must tell her that you have rules and regulations guiding your life now. You are no longer the man she left. Back then, probably you had no standards, you had no rules, you had no boundaries. You must give her rules. See, babe, if you are going to be around me, you must be cooking every day for me because you have the power now. Don't forget, this girl is the one coming back to you. You're not the one going to her to beg. That time you had no power when you were begging her, but now she's not the one coming back into your life to beg you to be with you. Probably she has now realized that she made a mistake leaving you, so she's now back. So you have to give her rule. You have to make your terms and conditions very clear to her because the power have shifted in your favor. So you must use your power very well. The worst thing you can do to yourself is mismanage your power with women. You must be able to maintain your power. And the easiest way to maintain your power is when you're in that mentality that you don't care whether this girl lives or stays. It's none of your business. If she wants to stay, let her stay. If she wants to leave, let her leave. And when you also have that mentality that you can walk away from any woman, no matter who she is or how beautiful she is. When you have such a mentality, it gives you power because you don't really care to impress them. You don't really care to emotionally massage them. You don't really care. Either they bend to your rule, either they play to your game, or there is no game at all. Either they play to your rules, or there is no relationship at all. This is why you must never beg a woman to be with you, because when you beg them, you've basically given them power to call the shots, to manipulate you, to control you, to push you around, to tell you what to do. That is not how to live as a man. You must be a man who is in control of not just your life, but your relationships. Never allow women to control your relationship for you, because that is them having power over you. And trust me, women don't know how to use their power. They will use it against you and against themselves. So it's of no use. So this is basically how you get these girls to come back crawling, begging, pleading, and asking for your mercy and for your forgiveness and for a second chance with you. Don't beg. Forget these girls and they'll come back to beg you to be with you again. Simple. So follow me because you might not see my videos. Again,